Hi, my name is Bunny Cakes and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. I'm going to be doing another book review. The book I'm reviewing will be Blackwood Farm by Anne Rice. It's book number 9 in the Vampire Chronicles. Um, I have recently done book number 8 as a review as well. As I mentioned in that video, I plan on catching up on the Vampire Chronicles as because they mean a lot to me. I came to the Vampire Chronicles when I was in middle school, and they really helped me get through some not so great times. So I lose myself in the fantasy that these books create, and I really love them probably more than I would if I had come to them at a different time in my life. There's also the fact that I love horror and vampires, so I'm going to keep reading these books, and probably just about any other book about vampires as well. There are a few I won't touch that I can't get through, but for the most part, I'll read just about anything that's horror or vampire or zombie related. But back to this book. This book is done once again in the interview style, where you have a vampire telling his or her story to another vampire or another character. Um, this one is slightly different because it's a new character, Tarquin Blackwood, telling his story to an older character, the vampire Lestat. Um, I do feel kind of, especially since the last book in the series, literally the last book in the series before this, was done in basically the same way. It was just an old vampire telling a new vampire a story. I feel almost like Anne Rice is using that as a bit of a crutch. Um, I wish she would have told the story a different way. If she had just had the vampire write his story out like they did in the Vampire Armand or in the book The Vampire Lestat, I think it would have gotten the same point across and been just as good, if not better. Um, Overall, the book is really good. It tells the story of, like I said, Tarquin Blackwood. He goes by Quinn. He is a relatively young vampire, um, who is plagued by a ghost. He was force turned by a really really old vampire, so he's a fairly powerful vampire to be so new. Um, he is haunted by a ghost that he shouldn't be, given that most vampires can't see spirits after they've turned. And his particular problem with this haunting is that this spirit that he's known his entire life, he's grown up with, has started attacking him and taking the dark blood from him after he feeds on a human victim. And in doing that, that spirit is becoming more powerful and could potentially be turning into something like the spirit that originally created the vampires in this universe. And so he seeks out Lestat, who he knows about because of the vampire chronicles that exist in this universe. Um, and there's a whole will he or won't he with Lestat possibly killing Quinn, because Lestat has, in previous books, um, taken New Orleans for himself and basically kills any other vampire that sets foot in New Orleans. Um, there's also some dealings with the Talamasca, which is a prevalent body of characters in pretty much all of Anne Rice's books. It seems like I know she's there in the books about the witches, and I believe they're in the books with with not the vampires, with the werewolves. Though I haven't read those yet. Um, there's a lot of good characters. You learn basically everything there is to know about Tarquin Blackwood, and several things he didn't know until the end of the book. Um, the characters are really good. You pretty much kind of fall in love with almost everybody. I kind of hope, actually, no, I seriously do hope that she writes stories about the vampire that created Tarquin and the vampire who created her. Um, because both of those characters seem really interesting. Um, Overall, it's a really good book. My only nitpicky issue is I wish that it hadn't been written once again in the interview style. I wish she would have found a new way or a different way to tell the story. Um, I hope that that changes a little bit in the future books because I am going to read the rest of the Vampire Chronicles, and I will probably continue to read the Vampire Chronicles that come out after. um, I don't see myself putting them down because they mean so much to me. Uh, I I guess that's really all I have to say. It's a good book. I recommend it. I believe I gave this book still a 4 out of 5 stars on my Goodreads. I'm not entirely sure, but I think that's what it was. Um, I know it wasn't 5 stars, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't 3 stars, so probably 4 stars. That's what I feel like I would rate it at this moment. Um, that's really all I have to say, though. So, thank you for joining me for this book review. If you like my content, please click the subscribe button down below and click the thumbs up button if you like this video. Um, if you didn't like this video, leave me a comment and tell me why. If you disagree or agree or want to talk more about the Vampire Chronicles, please, um, make a comment below. Try not to give spoilers. I know this is an older book, but I tend to read older books and I do look up book reviews, and it bothers me when there are spoilers in reviews and the comments on the reviews, so let's try not to do that. Other than that, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.